Hello, hello. Hello. Can you guys see me okay? Hi, guys. Please let me know if you guys can see me okay, if you guys can hear me okay, because the internet is not always great. And sometimes I block up and freeze up and all kinds of weird stuff happens. Feel free to let me know if you guys can see me. In the meantime, I'll get my little tea thingy going. Hi, hi, hi. All good. All right. Thank you, Tina. Let me just get my little tea bag out. There we go. Good to go. Okay. Hello from Cork, Ireland. Hello, Mary. Hello, Cecilia. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everybody had a good Sunday today. I missed you. I missed you too, Barbarella. I try to do these as often as I can. Know that I do these every week on Patreon for only €3 a month. You can have access to me every week and have access to over 139 channeled posts. And every week a new post comes. And once a month we have a Jesus message, which is also always very interesting and very soothing and very supportive to get through the things that we're going through. So hi from Sweden. She's a Sweden from Sweden. Hi, Patsy. So go ahead and go check that out. EmanuelleMcIntosh.com is my website, and patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. You can access my Patreon account. So also I started a TikTok channel, and I would love to go live on there as well, but unfortunately I need 1,000 followers and I'm only at like 100 and something. So that's going to take us a while. But if you're on TikTok and you prefer to see me there, then don't be afraid to go look me up. Okay. Everybody's happy to be here. So good. I love the energy. All right, let's get started. So what are we doing today? Today we are doing angel card readings. Basically, I just like to play with the cards because it's just a lot of fun. But what I'll do is I will have the angels or your guides or whoever's on. What's the name on your TikTok? It's just Emanuelle McIntosh, I think. If you can't find it, then I'll see if I can put it on the YouTube information thing too. And maybe I'll put it on my website. I haven't put it on there either yet. So it should just be under, I don't know how you can find me. I'll show you. I don't know. I'm pretty new to all of this stuff. I don't quite understand the whole TikTok thing yet, but it is kind of interesting. So it's just at Emanuelle McIntosh. Ooh, I don't know. Can you guys see that? No, you can't see it. It's too bright. It's too bright. There it is. At Emanuelle McIntosh. There we go. I have 166 followers. There you go. So that's what we're doing today. And what I just kind of shuffle the cards. I have 4 decks that I work with. 3 were gifted to me by you guys, by some lovely, lovely people who've been following me for quite some time, for which I am very grateful for. So I asked my spiritual team which cards deck to go for, and then I basically shovel until a card presents itself to us. And then I'll tell you intuitively what I'm picking up as well. Okay. Now, if you don't get a card today, but some of the messages really resonated with you, you got goosebumps, you got those feelings like, wow, I feel like she's talking about me, then we are talking to you. Okay. Spirit knows. that I can't get a card for everyone, and we'll use verifications like goosebumps or feelings or ideas or thoughts to really kind of let you know that this is for you as well. Okay. So if it resonates for you, take it with you because it was meant for you as well. And if you want more of these, like I said, just go on patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh and then sign up for my account. And then you have these every week. And the groups, of course, are a lot smaller than they are here. So the chances of getting a card is almost every week. All right. All right, let's get started. So I'm just going to scroll over. It doesn't matter what order. I go up and down, up and down. Okay. And I just kind of go to whoever I'm being guided to. Hi, Mario. Big kiss for me. Okay, so Laura Hoyer is jumping out. So let's do a card for Laura first. I just look and see what gets highlighted, and we're going for the animal cards. Hi, Tippy Top. Hi, Corrine. Hey, guys. Hi, Donald. Hi, Charlotte. Thank you, Tippy Top. Yes, I am doing good. I grounded today. Worked in the garden a bit. I walked barefoot in my grass. Played with the kitty cats. Did a little bit of work in the garden too, of course. So I feel good. I had a lot of Mother Earth's energy to re-energize me today. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Laura. All right, Laura, we're getting you a card. Boink. There it went. Hold on. It jumped and it flew on the floor. Oh, Lord. 142. We aren't so flexible anymore as we used to be. Okay. This is your card, Laura, that jumped out just like the dolphins. You just went whoop and just went down the table. It says safe and surrounded by love. Keep your heart open and know you are being protected. Listen to what you know to be true and allow yourself to see and understand what is going on around you. What am I picking up for you? You're feeling lost, you said, in life, but really you're not lost. That's kind of what I'm getting in my head. She's not lost. She's not lost. Basically, what you're being offered right now is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. You're being offered an opportunity to redesign what you had envisioned for life, because they're kind of making me feel like, so far, everything you've been doing, everything you've followed really was kind of a way to fit in, a way to do what is expected, a way to kind of follow the rules and recommendations and the little cubicle that they wanted to put you in, and all of that really it didn't make you happy. It didn't really get you excited for life. It didn't inspire you. And so it's almost like, right now the opportunity is being given to decide to kind of start from scratch. They're showing me like a board being wiped clean and saying, okay, here's your marker now. What do you want to do? And they're saying anything is possible, anything you wish to do, anything you wish to experience is up for grabs for you. But you really have to work on your fears, and you really have to work on releasing the restrictive, incorrect beliefs that you have about yourself, because you're way too critical upon yourself and you're constantly comparing yourself to others. And that's really kind of a no-no in your journey, because this journey for you was all about the individual. It was all about creating your own personality and being creative in the process of shaping your reality, shaping your world. So really know and understand that you are safe. You are surrounded by love. You are surrounded by your team who is guiding you, who is there to assist you once you make the decision of what it is you exactly want to pursue. Okay. Now, in order for you to be able to receive the clarity on what it is you want to create and what it is you want to pursue, you really need to take some time off of thinking. Okay. Your thinking and your analyzing is completely ruining everything. Okay. So it's time to be in silence. It's time to be in nature. It's time to just be without you having to figure out problems, without you having to figure out too much. Um, at this time, even if it's only for a week. It's almost like take a break from being human and just be present in your environment. Go explore nature, really kind of go into areas that'll re-energize you, that'll make you feel relieved, that'll make you feel cleansed. Okay. And nature is the perfect way to do that. But it could be the beach, it could be a little bit of anywhere, wherever it is that you're living in. Go for a little road trip, okay? And just go crazy, okay? No rules, no restrictions. Just simply be and simply live. Okay, you need a break. Now, once you do that and you take that break, you'll notice that all the restrictive energies will fall off. Okay, all the limiting beliefs will fall off. And while you're on that trip, while you're on that little break, and it, like I said, doesn't have to cost anything. Every day you can go to a place where it's beautiful, where you can get some peace and quiet, where you can just kind of meditate and zone out. Does not need to cost anything. But once you do that, okay, that's when the clarity will happen. That's when the ideas and the information is going to reach you, because right now your head is too filled with all kinds of junk, um, and all kinds of misbeliefs. Okay, so keep your heart open, but also create space in the mind in order to receive the divine guidance that you're seeking. Okay, but that's really what it's all about. They really don't want you to worry and overstress, and they want you to take this opportunity, this moment that is offered to you by the universe, in order to redesign and rethink what you want in life, who you want to be, what you still want to experience, and so on and so forth. So see it as a break. Um, but don't get stuck in the stuckness. Okay, you're not stuck. You're simply um, being requested. Your soul is asking from you to redesign and rethink your future. All right, there you go. I hope that helps a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's see. You're welcome, Laura. Let's see. Thank you guys for the donations. That's very appreciated. Much gratitude. Barbarella. Let's get you a card. Okay, card. Which one? Which one? Which one are we going for? This one. Okay. Hope you guys are staying positive in this kind of challenging, transformative time. Don't get yourself distracted from the negativity. See every day as a new opportunity to redesign and rethink who you want to be, what you want to experience. My cat is staring at me. Your cat is saying, ask for a card for me. For some reason, I keep seeing a white cat with like darker spots, but I could be wrong. Opa. Angelic frequency and crown chakra upgrade. All right. These are the two cards. She's white and gray. Yeah, I keep seeing white and some darkness. That's it. That's the cat that I'm seeing. All right. This is for Barbarella. So you have the angelic frequency card, which means angels are here, you are safe, and potent connection. And then you also got the crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experiences, miraculous energy. Ooh, those are some very intense, very powerful cards, you know. And what I'm kind of immediately being drawn to is this bright light. It's almost like things are falling together. It's almost like the puzzle pieces are slowly starting to make sense. It's like you've been trying to puzzle, and and it's been taking a lot of energy, and it's been taking a lot of focus, and it's been taking a lot of faith. But it's like you're finally, although all the puzzle pieces aren't in its place yet, you're finally starting to see, you're starting to get an idea of what the full picture is. Does that kind of make sense? Like you're that close. And I feel like you're being asked to surrender everything. It's like, oh, it is. I'm trying to find the right words to express what I feel. Um, it's almost like you've been working really hard and really long on this whole spiritual expansion thing. Um, and you've done a lot of healing, and you've done a lot of you've had a lot of progress and all of that, but it's almost like, but you're still holding on to certain ego driven desires or needs. Okay, but it's like that's like the last thing that's still holding you down into the fourth dimension, and you really want to, like, your soul is ready to move up, your soul is ready to have that fifth dimensional um experience. But it's like, let go of the ego, let go of what you think you need. That's ego. Let go of what you think you need, is what I'm getting in my head, and instead replace it with, I am simply acceptant of what the frequencies are sending me. So it's about letting go of need and replacing it with simply being open to receive whatever the universe thinks is best for you to receive. Does that kind of make sense? So you're kind of like, you've moved on from victim consciousness into manifestor consciousness, but your soul wants to go one little step more. Okay, your soul wants to go from working, because, how would I explain it? The next step, you have victim consciousness, and then we move into manifestor consciousness, and then we move into being consciousness. Okay, now, when we're in manifestor consciousness, it's still work, right? Because we still believe that we have to control our vibration, control this, control the output, control everything in order to have to manifest what it is we want to do. We still have to work on maintaining a certain frequency in order to manifest something that resembles that frequency, if you know what I mean. But it still kind of stays this idea of, I have to work on it. Being consciousness is where you fully surrender, and you're just fully acceptant of whatever happens, whatever comes my way will come my way. If I need something, whatever the universe sends me will be productive for that. Does that kind of make sense? And it's like they're just asking you to let go of that last bit of ego need, that ego trying to manifest, and just simply become kind of where Jesus was, if you want to look at it that way, where you're just simply receptive. I'm ready to receive the guidance. I'm ready to receive whatever's going to help me with this problem. I'm ready to receive. You're kind of surrendering to the natural flow of things. You're surrendering to the knowing that what you need will be provided for you. Does that kind of make sense? And that's where you are right now. You know, you're in those higher frequencies already, but it's like this is like the last exercise, the last mastering of oneself, is to no longer need anything, but to simply be grateful, appreciative, and be in a vibration of accepting, just knowing that you will receive exactly what you need at the time that you need it, being in that frequency of being consciousness, and being able to then feel a lot more freer and liberated. You won't need things anymore. You will still have things because you do live in this human world, but you'll no longer need them in order to feel fulfilled. Does that kind of make sense? So keep up the good work is basically what they're saying, and just know that that's the last thing that you need to master in order to move into a fifth dimensional reality. All right, so good on you. Keep up the good work. I'm gonna do a card for my neighbor. I'm gonna try and do it in French, so don't laugh with my French because she doesn't understand English. But she has asked me a card. So, Evelyne Boyer, c'est à vous, ma petite puce. Let's see, which one? This one. So I'm going to try and do it in French. I'm sure she'll understand. She always understands me. It's really funny because they're really connected, Eveline and me. Sometimes I think of something and she comes over and brings it. I was thinking the other day, boy, do I need salad. I should go to the store and get some salad. And then like an hour later, there comes my neighbor. Hey, do you want salad? She picks salad from her garden and provides it for me. She's such a sweetheart. Une carte pour Eveline. Oh là. Alors, 2 cartes, Eveline. 2 cartes. Une carte dit « J'ai confiance dans une force plus grande que moi. » Et l'autre dit « J'ai toujours confiance. 2 cartes de confiance. J'ai toujours confiance dans l'univers et la direction que l'univers me guide. » Alors, ça veut dire que, voilà, votre ange voulait justement dire que tu dois avoir confiance que tout va passer comme ça va passer, comme ça doit passer, hein, qu'il y a une raison pour tout et que, voilà, on doit justement accepter que n'importe quoi arriver, tout va bien, ça va passer comme ça doit passer. Pour tous les anges, parce que tu es toujours inquiète de tout le monde. Et on doit justement accepter, voilà, Dieu, savoir plus que nous. Et il y a une raison pour tout, même si c'est inconfortable, même si c'est pas facile pour nous, pour accepter que les autres gens souffrent. Quand la souffrance est là, la seule chose qu'on peut faire, c'est d'être là, garde l'amour dans notre cœur pour cette personne-là. Mais si on peut pas changer les choses nous-mêmes, donc on doit avoir de la confiance que Dieu guide cette personne et il y a une raison de temps en temps pour la souffrance, même si c'est difficile. Ok? Voilà, Evelyne. Bisous! Okay, there we go. Woo! Taffy. Let's see who else. Hello, hello. Et avec un bon accent en plus. Frédéric dit, tu parles français, c'est super. Et avec un bon accent. Oui, un très bon, très grand accent. I have a big accent, but they understand me. All right. Let's get a card from Mario. Mario, my cousin. I haven't talked to Mario in quite some time. I do apologize, sweetheart. Just life's been crazy and hectic and unpredictable. Let's get a card from Mario. Mario, which one? Which one? This one. Mario. Card for Mario. Doersha. Hoppa. There went. Mario, this is the card. It says mutually beneficial venture. There is an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. Let's see. What am I getting for you? I keep seeing this kind of safety net. This is kind of like, as long as the fishies are in here, then they're safe. So it almost feels to me that they're wanting you to step out of your safety net. And I know physically you're suffering. For people who don't know, my cousin was in a severe car accident when a suicide driver hit their camper head on at high speed. My nephew, or my cousin, and his wife and son were catapulted out of the van and severely injured. So Maria, I know that it's almost like they're kind of asking you, the spirits are asking you, that they know that psychologically it's hard to regain trust in the future and in yourself, in your body that's no longer working as it used to be. You have to find acceptance that in a way you've become a new person. Your entire perspective of the future has changed. Your entire body has changed. So has the rest of the families. But I feel like they're really asking you to come out, put in an effort to really kind of try and find joy again, to really do things again to your capability that in some way or form can bring value to your journey again. Because when we're confronted with almost dying and losing functions of limbs and constantly having to go through surgery after surgery to repair and repair and repair. Um, we can get stuck in that loop of self-destructiveness, of victimhood. And I just feel very strongly that they are urging you to really recreate yourself, to allow that recreation to occur. Because if you're trying to hold on to the person you used to be, you're never going to be that person again. Okay. And they're really saying that, the mutual beneficial venture, for me, it's more about um, when you can recreate yourself, recreate your joy, what your activities, your focus, it's not only going to benefit you, but it's also going to inspire and benefit your family members who are going through an equal uh, trajectory of recovery and letting go of fears and trauma that was placed upon that. So that's what I'm getting for you, sweetheart, is step out of your comfort zone. There's so many more things you can do in life. Don't get stuck. And like I said, I haven't talked to you in quite some time, and I do apologize. Um, but they're making me feel like you get stuck in what could have been, and you're not focusing on what can be. Okay. So that's the message for you today. And just know that I'm sending you all my love, honey. And as soon as I can, I will come and visit you. But the universe keeps interfering in that for some reason. Okay. But know that I love you. Big kiss. Okay. Olga lost her job. Olga. This one. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the prayers. It's horrible. It was on the news, and we almost lost my family there. They had to airlift them with helicopters, and they'll never be the same again. But I think, when we go through a trauma like that, we can decide to see only that will never be the same again, or we can choose to see, but we can be better. We can be greater, just in a different way. We'll be different, but we can do even better. Hold on. They have a tendency of flying around today. Okay. Olga, you got a few cards. You got abundance, believe in magic, and pure intention. All right. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. And then believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the Northern Lights says you are a part of nature, so you are magical too. And pure intention. The fairy of manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention for the highest good of all. Olga, what I'm really kind of feeling is, again, you have to see every ending as an opportunity for a new beginning. Okay? It is really, really important to understand that you're the creator. Okay? Your soul, in some way or form, designed your current timeline in such a way that this job would eventually go. And I feel the reason for that is because it no longer resonates with you. Yes, it is a safety net, But as long as you had that job, they make me feel, you would have stayed in the safety net. You would have not really lived, but simply survived. So the universe created an opportunity for you to rethink, your career, to really kind of think about what would really excite me. And so I get, I wake up in the morning and I get excited to go to work, or I wake up in the morning and, I get excited to see the colleagues, or to see, or just simply just, be able to be of service in some way or form. And they're kind of making me feel like you do have uh, kind of ideas that you've been playing around with, but it's like you've never put them in action. You've never allowed yourself to create from those ideas or those dreams, because you simply believe that, it's too hard, or it's too much work, or it's simply not possible for you. Although you would like it, it's just not possible for you. And they want you to change that belief system, because when we're in that belief system of it's just never going to happen, then guess what? It's never going to happen. But not only that, you will settle, and you will settle for something that might keep you afloat, but that doesn't really serve you any purpose anymore in this journey. Okay. The purpose of the job was done. The environment, the people, it just feels like there was a lot of toxicity around you, even if you might have not known it. But they do make me feel like the environment for you was really not productive for you. So what you need to do is you really need to sit with yourself and not go into an area of despair, but simply go into an area of excitement. It's time to redesign, or rethink what you want to do as a job, and to really kind of go inward in thinking what would make me happy, not what is possible. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it, you put the work in. But what would make me happy? What would get me excited to get out of bed every day? What kind of job would do that for me? What are my interests in? And anything is possible, okay? But see this as an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are a manifester, and that you can create your own journey, and are no longer dependent on other people um, to keep you afloat. Okay, you can keep yourself afloat, and you can create any job that you wish. Don't let the idea of whatever, how would I say, the outside world right now, it seems like a lot of people are losing their job. Okay. And when we focus on that, then that's all we're going to see. In reality, what we're seeing from a spiritual perspective is, as a lot of people are out of resonance with their job. Okay. They think they need it to survive, but they don't, because there's other opportunities that are just waiting for them to grasp. Okay. If they believe in themselves, and if they believe in the opportunity that's being given. So there is never any loss, okay? Loss doesn't exist. Simply, what doesn't resonate with us anymore, what doesn't resonate with our soul anymore, will be released, will be let go. And that's what's happening, okay? That's what's happening all over the world right now. Okay. There's a reason why people are shifting and switching jobs, is because they simply realized, through all of this stuff that's been happening these last 2 years, that, I don't like my job, and I don't like the people I work with, or whatever might be wrong with the job. And so instead of us having the courage to say, well, if I don't like it, and it doesn't bring me any joy, or it doesn't feed me, it just drains me and it exhausts me, but hey, it pays the bills. um, if we don't have the courage to step away from that, then the universe will do that for us. Okay. And that's what's happening here. So Go inwards. Really believe in the magic that resides within you to manifest and create anything you put your mind to. Once you figure out what it is you really want to experience or what kind of job it is you really want to experience, and it could just be like making a list, right? Pros and cons. I want a job that's outdoors instead of indoors. I want a job um, that has a small team instead of a big team. I want a job that has an intimate team where everybody friends instead of just people, strangers that you pass by on your job. Whatever it might be, I want a job of service or I want a job where I create things myself. Make a list of what you want and what you don't want in a job, and then allow that to kind of guide you into possible ideas of what you would want to do. Okay. But that's the thing, believe in yourself first, then send out the intention. Once if you figured out what you're looking for, then you can set out the intention, and then you have to be ready to receive and know that you've sent out the request, the universe is working on it, and it's going to come to you at the right time. So there's nothing left to do but just to relax, balance, use this time to rebalance, to re-energize, to cleanse, to heal, and just be ready to receive the abundance that's coming your way. All right. I hope that helps, Olga. There we go. Hello. Who's Patty M? Patty M. May have. Okay. Okay, let's try these. Hey, thanks, Andrea. Aw. Oh, there you are, Olga. You are so correct. That's exactly what I felt. I doubted myself and in my abilities. I'm cautiously optimistic and try to see if I can get unattainable outlet. Okay. Don't be cautiously optimistic. Just be optimistic. Trust me, this is going to lead to more beautiful things if you allow it to. Don't let your fear get in the way. Don't get doubts. Just know that the universe is like, fuck yeah, let's look for something that's more suited. Look, I'll tell you something. A lot of these changes are happening. People losing jobs, friends leaving, relationships ending, all different things like that. It's all happening because we're being asked to let go of what doesn't serve us, because whatever doesn't resonate with us keeps us in the 4D. Okay. We're being asked kind of forcefully, hey, it's time to move up, people. It's time to go and create that collective creation in the 5D. And so what happens is the universe will kind of say, well, you've been known for this for quite some time, that this person isn't right for you, or that your family is toxic, or these friends are toxic, or whatever, the job is toxic. If you're not going to change it, we're going to do it, because people need to move into 5D. They're helping us make decisions in order to let go of whatever doesn't resonate with us, because that's what keeps us here. Does that kind of make sense? So that's how you have to see it. If something doesn't feel right at this moment, have faith, okay? Have faith, believe in yourself, believe in your abilities to survive and find an answer for any problem. And just know that every ending is an opportunity for a new beginning, okay? Shake it off. There you go, Patty. Shake it off. You gotta shake it off. Let's see. Card for Patty, huh? Okie dokie. See, people are superb. Go, Olga. Go, Olga. Go, Olga. Go, go, Olga. Go, Olga. Go. You got to become your own cheerleader and say, you know what? This is only a virtual reality. is my creation. What I experience is a projection of my beliefs and conscious mind. So I might as well project something cool. That's how you gotta see it. That's how I see it. Boink. There it went. Patty. Woo! Seraphim Gateway. There you go. Look at that. That is cool. Okay. Voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. Okay, so what I'm feeling right now is you've kind of, it's almost like you've stepped one foot into this portal. You're going through portals from time to time. And you're not fully going through them yet, but it's like you're putting your little tippy toe in that water and you get, hey Mario, I sent you a message. Hopefully you'll see it on the recording. I pulled you a card, Mario. We love you. We support you. Just go and look at the recording later, okay? So Patty, I just feel like you're going through this doorway, but you're not fully through it. It's like you're opening it up, you're stepping through, but you always pull back at the last minute. You pull back up because you're afraid. Okay, there you're always like, whoa, what is that? Pull back. Whoa, what is that? You're still trying to make sense out of everything. And they're kind of saying, let go of that because you're trying to make sense because you're afraid of what it might be. You're afraid that it might be something negative or it might be something that you don't quite understand. And basically they're saying is you don't need to understand, you simply need to experience. Once you allow yourself the freedom to simply experience what shows up, what comes to you, what presents itself to you without having to know the whys, the hows, and where it's going, then you're going to fully understand immediately what it's all about. Right now it's those kind of unconscious questions that create a reaction of pullback, okay, an energetic pullback, and you might not be aware of that, but that's what's happening. And so basically what they're saying is what you're receiving is divine support in order to attune to the angelic realm. Okay, they want you to somehow in some way communicate with that realm in order to bring I feel messages or bring kind of information through to the people, but it's like again you're still doubtful. Okay, you're still unconsciously, maybe consciously you're like, no, we're going for it, yay, but unconsciously, um it's like whenever somebody goes boo, you're still like ew. You still kind of pull back energetically, and they're saying just release all fear and just simply allow things to occur without having to understand why. um Let go of the protective layer is what they're saying. Okay, I hope that helps. Maria says, everything good in France? Yes, everything is good. Here and there problems, but that's life. Always be a solution. Just a lot of things to do, and I am a little exhausted. A lot of things to get sorted out. A lot of paperwork. The French love their paperwork, uh, but we're figuring it out. All right, who else? Who am I being drawn to? Lisa Fenn? Lisa Fenn. Somebody's asking for Lisa Fenn. I think I didn't quite read all of the messages though. Grandkids been removed from me, was fostering them. Final care order will happen in July. Will they come back to me? Okay. Okay. Let's see which one stays. All right, let's see what we can get. Whoop. Like I said, they're all on the floor today. Oh, Lord. Okay. We got two. Let's see what we got. I honor how I want to feel. That's the first one. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world that I see. Okay. This is for Lisa Fenn. First of all, what I'm really being drawn to is that big eye on the card, because to me it's almost like they're going to see the truth. Whatever happened, whatever's going on, I didn't read all the posts, but they're going to see the truth. But what is important, what is more important, is that you know the truth, but that you also allow that truth to determine how you feel. You need to have faith that God knows the truth, and therefore that truth will be emitted, will be infusing the people that are in some way or form involved, or that will be involved in the future. Okay, so it says, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world that I see. What that means is, when we have faith that the truth will be seen, and that everything will go according to um, the will of the universe, the will of the souls. Okay, don't forget, you're dealing with different souls. Okay, it doesn't matter who they are, but they're all individual souls, and they all have an individual plan on what they want to achieve, what they want to experience, what they want their life to look like. And no matter how small children can be or how big they can be, that soul is larger than life and will decide what happens to it. In that aspect, what I'm saying is, we're dealing with many different souls here, creating a future that is right for them, even if it isn't always according to what other people think is right. Okay, but that's why it's important to have faith that my soul knew this was going to happen somehow, and my soul knows exactly what direction it's going to go into. So all I need to do is have faith that the direction it's going to move into is going to be the right direction for all souls involved. And when we go into that faith stage, we start to see the world differently. Okay, so that's why they're kind of this word feel is kind of highlighted in my book. It's like, honor what you feel. In other words, honor what you know is the truth. You know the truth. You know God knows the truth, and therefore whatever comes and flows out of this will be based on what is best for all parties involved. Okay, what is best for the souls and the experiences they want to have. So either way, the result, the outcome will be what is requested by everyone. All right. So have faith, and therefore see things in a positive light. See it the way you want to experience it, align with it. Because if we're going into fear, if we're going into panic, if we're going into all of those lower emotions, then you might manifest something your soul doesn't want. Okay. If you have faith that the soul will manifest what it is intended to feel, then you can kind of align with the positivity that it is that you want to experience. You want to experience the joy of things working out, the joy of everything being okay. So focus on what you feel. Let go of the negativity. infuse it with positivity and 100% faith that everything will happen as it is meant to be. Therefore, you do not need to worry. You do not need to go into the negativity that you don't want to experience, because negativity attracts more negativity. Okay? But that's what I'm getting. All right. All right. Okay. April. April was conned on some money. Well, that just sucks, doesn't it? Which one? This one. April. All right. Let's do a card for April. So if you find an answer to a card that resonates with you, just know, I already had that one already. Just know that that message is meant for you as well. If it gives you goosebumps, if you get that feeling like, oh, I feel like they're talking about me, then guess what? They are, okay? It's not because somebody else gets a card that it's not meant for other people. Spirit will use other people's messages and make them resonate with you, so you get awareness of, oh, that's for me as well, okay? Whoop-a. You got life is better together and also mutually beneficial venture. Okay, this is for April. Life is better together. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you. It can be as simple as making a phone call. Mutually beneficial venture. There's an extraordinary connection at the forefront of your life at this moment. Utilize this relationship to benefit everyone concerned. Wow. Okay, April. So it looks like although you were conned and you lost a lot of money, they're kind of saying reach out to your community. There is somebody in your friend circle or family circle who can help you or assist you. Because both cards are basically saying there is a relationship that's going to help you, benefit you, and everyone concerned. So it looks like express and share your story, and allow the universe to send you someone trustworthy that's going to help you resolve the issue. Because I feel like for some reason you feel that this can't be resolved, but somehow, some way, I feel like there is a solution for the problem. Something can be done about this. You just need to call in the help, the assistance of the people around you. Somebody will come up with an idea. Somebody would come up with a brilliant thing that's going to help you and assist you to recover or recuperate whatever it is that you've lost. Okay, so ask around is what they're saying. All righty. Okay. Thank you, Olga. Stay bright, my sweet soul. Stay bright. Who else? Bon Bon. I like that name. I like candy. Let's get a card for Bon Bon. Which one am I being guided to? This one. I know, Lisa. Bon Bon. Makes me think of Bon Jovi. All will be well, Lisa. All will be well. Bon Bon. Come I'm a sweet tooth. I need to reduce the sweets. I know. You're welcome, Lisa. Oopa! Bon. Ask for help. This is for Bon. I'm a candy addict. Yeah. Join the club. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone, and the fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. What am I getting for you? Somehow I get drawn to these feathers. It's almost like you've been asking for assistance, but because you're not very mindful, you're always in your head, you're always thinking ahead or thinking in the past, you're not very aware of your now moment. And it's almost like I keep being drawn to these feathers. It's almost like somebody's leaving you breadcrumbs. Spirit is leaving you breadcrumbs, or kind of little signs here and there. It might be feathers, it might be coins, it might be a song, it might be repetitive numbers, but it's almost like a lot of times you feel like nobody's listening, like nobody's there. But they're saying, yeah, we're there, and we're sending you messages to confirm that. But because you're always with your head, you're always in your head, you're not picking up on your now moments. You need to become more mindful, be more aware of every detail around you with every minute that you live. And then you'll notice the subtle messages, the subtle validations that you're seeking, because you tend to feel, it's almost like a lot of times you feel alone, even though there's people around you. You still kind of feel alone, like nobody truly gets you, nobody really assists you. It's almost like you have to do everything yourself or come up with all the answers, and you're just exhausted and drained, and just look around. Okay, be mindful. You need to truly start living in the moment. Let go of the future, let go of the past, but simply live in the now moment, so you can start to pick up on the communication that is being offered on a daily basis. Okay. Bon says, ugh, true. I just saw a feather in my garage today. There you go. See? The feather, it just means that an angel was saying, hello. We're here. So yeah, for some reason I kept looking at that feather. There's something about a feather. So there you go. The feather is your confirmation. All right. Birgit Macho. My father's in the IC. Do you have any messages for me and my family? Okay. Let's see, sweetheart. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Birgit. Thanks, Philip. Oh, thanks for being you too. I love you. This one. Okay. Let's see if we can get a card for your dad. Does he have something on his heart? Just feels like arteries, heart. Something about circulation. Something about circulation is what I'm getting. Like there's not a good flow. He has a weak heart. Yeah. That's what I feel like. The circulation is slowed down. Cayenne pepper. If you can, and you can get to him, a little glass of water with cayenne pepper in. It can cure, I've seen people talk about how even if people have heart attacks, let's say somebody has a heart attack. Look, this is for everyone. Somebody having a heart attack, cayenne pepper on the tongue. Okay. What cayenne pepper does is it thins the blood, improves the circulation, and it strengthens the arteries and the heart from the inside out. Okay, cayenne pepper. Had an accident and he fell down the stairs and had a surgery on his head. Yeah, but I think he fell because of his heart. He's in an induced sleep. Darn it. Cayenne pepper would be great for that. Okay. They're taking their time. So for anyone who's listening, me and Gerald, we take every morning a little glass of water with just a pinch of cayenne pepper, and keeps your veins healthy, gets rid of all the blockages in your veins that you can't see, and it's really good for the stomach as well. It resolves and dissolves ulcers. Okay. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Okay. What I'm getting is it's almost like I feel like oh, there's two. I mean, for some reason, I do feel like he might not get through this, and this might be something that you don't want to hear. And I hope 100% that I'm wrong. But intuitively, it almost feels to me like I feel like he's gonna wake up. That's not it. Oh Lord. I feel like he's gonna wake up. But then there's gonna be a complication, and it might just be his way of choosing to go home. But I feel like he's a very stubborn man. And he's really kind of fighting so I feel like he might just be oh, he might be in that coma for a little bit, for quite some time before he wakes up. But then I just feel like he's either going to die shortly after, or he's going to die because of complications. For some reason, I just feel like he's about ready. His soul is about ready to go home. And I really, really hope I'm wrong for the family. But I think you might need to prepare for that. You might need to prepare for that. And I think it's like for the family, for you guys, it's all about, yes, we believe that we don't die. We believe we transition. But then when we get confronted with death, we want to stop it from happening, right? And this is an opportunity to learn, to experience how to see death as simply a transitioning, not a sad thing, but basically just a graduation for the soul. And I think this is an opportunity for you as well, as a very spiritually connected person, to see how you deal with that. How deep is your faith? How deep is your understanding and your knowing? Because a lot of people will say, oh, I believe this and that. But then when the time comes, all those beliefs go out the door. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I have been with people who were super spiritual. I'm not afraid of dying. It's all, it's a transitioning. But then when they were on their deathbed, all of a sudden they were terrified. Sometimes these kind of things happen, and it's a teacher, right? You have to see it as a teacher, um, because how you respond in those moments is what's going to make it very clear to you where you stand with your faith, where you stand with your beliefs, and how those beliefs impact you and how your responses impact you. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but and I really hope I'm wrong, and I really hope he'll be fine and everything will go back and be great. But they're kind of making me feel like there's going to be too much damage done. Okay, and this is really an experience for the family. Because right now he's not in his body. He goes in and out because there's nothing to experience. All right. Sorry. I wish I could tell you positive things, but I can only tell you what I feel. And like I said, I really hope I'm wrong. All right. Good luck, sweetheart, and just be brave and, just accept it as part of life. That's it. It's part of this journey. It's a temporary thing. And, Buddhists always say, every day we die a little. So, it's just part of life, and things happen for a reason. So I do feel like he is a strong man, though. Stubborn. Stubborn man, but loving. Stubborn, but loving. Just hang in there and just, be there for each other. This is what can bring families closer together as well. Let's see. Melanie Howard lost her kids, her income, and her home, or is in. Oh, so many changes, so many challenges. We are being asked to surrender so much. Let's see. Card for Melanie. Thanks, Donald. This is for Melanie. There you go. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. A lot of faith today. Have you noticed? A lot of messages. It's all faith. believe, be fearless, be free. Um, Melanie, it's an, what's going on right now is really allowing you the opportunity to focus on oneself, to focus on one's own healing, to focus on one's own transcendence of fear, because you've always been, they say, a very fearful person. You've always tried to control things, to control situations, to guide things in certain directions, and it's always kind of backfired, is what they're showing me. It's like no matter what you try, it backfires. And the requested action here is complete surrendering. It's complete bringing it down to simply accepting what is going on at this moment, and having faith that when you work on releasing your own inner demons, when you work on releasing all of the junk that you've been holding on to, all of the, and what I mean with junk is, you know, the negativity that you've been collecting, because you're kind of a hoarder of negativity. Like you hold on to things, you don't let go of things, you even hold grudges from time to time. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, not at all, but it just means that you're having a hard time letting go of things, and all of that has been accumulating. And they're showing me that there's this kind of trauma from your childhood as well. There's some kind of childhood trauma that you never really processed, or that you kind of put into a little drawer and decided, well, if I don't look at it, then it's not there. But unfortunately, it's still a part of you. So you really need to do some soul searching. You really need to self examine, self heal, release. Focus on learning mechanisms, because your faith at this moment is not strong enough to simply allow it to change your feelings and your mind. You're really going to have to do some self work, where you will learn. Maybe they're kind of showing me tapping for some reason, where you really kind of focus on learning how to release energies, how to cleanse your system from energies. um, and tapping seems to be something that they're recommending for you, to really kind of rebalance and heal. For some reason, the word heal is very highlighted in my head. So I think that there's a lot of stuff from your childhood, maybe something you went through with your parents, um, painful things that you've never really dealt with. So as long as you're in that constant state of hoarding negativity and holding on to past trauma, you're going to experience that into your future. And that's what's happened here. Everything is falling apart, everything is leaving you. And it is simply because you need to really work on transcending victim consciousness. Now, if you want me to help you with that, just know, and this is not for selling or anything like that. There's people that can testify that these can be powerful lessons. But if you go on learnitlive.com / Emanuelle McIntosh, you can find a classes there. It's called The Road to Enlightenment, where I teach people, I show you the path, how to transcend victim consciousness, because I felt victimized for almost my entire childhood because of the rape that I went through and all of the other problems that just started accumulating after that. And what I teach in those classes is what I did to transcend victim consciousness, and it's a difficult process, but it is possible to accomplish, and then move from victim consciousness into um, um, manifestor consciousness. So I do definitely recommend to look up that class, The Road to Enlightenment, on learnitlive.com. And it might help you. Really, it might provide you some steps and some homework. It comes with homework. You have to send me your request, and then I send homework, and then you have to master it. But it might give you a better understanding of how to let go, how to see that you're stuck in victim consciousness, and how that affects and flows into the experiences that we create, that we manifest, that we attract in some way or form, the unwanted experiences. So go check that out. But basically, that's what I'm getting here is you really need to work on releasing things from the past and energies that you're holding on to that really do not serve you, but simply create more suffering. All right. I hope that helps a little bit. I wish I could tell you there's a button to push and then everything is going to be okay. But unfortunately, everything is an expression of what's going on the inside. And therefore, we need to go see what the outside world is reflecting back to us about us. All right. Let's see. Who else are we seeing here? Sophie C. Sophie C. Sophie C. All right. Sophie, this way. No, they're telling me this way. Okay. Sophie C. Hello from Denver. Hello, Julie. Hello, Michael. Sophie. A card for Sophie C. No, no, no. If you guys like channelings, if you guys like answers to all of your spiritual questions, if you guys like weekly angel card readings, don't be afraid to go check out my Patreon account, patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh. It's only $3 a month. You can stop your subscription and restart at any time. And you always have access to all the posts that were written up to that day. And I post a new post normally every week. And the posts are based on your questions. And we talk about all kinds of stuff. Aliens, fairies, the moon, but also how to deal with a narcissistic partner, all kinds of things. So we have over 200 posts because we also have a monthly Jesus post where I connect to Jesus, and you know, his messages are so guiding and soft and warm and hopeful and inspiring. Beautiful things to be found. Dragons, yes, Cecilia, we did one about dragons. About the real history. Jesus talks about the real Adam and Eve, where we really come from. Talks about the stories in the Bible and what the truth is and what's made up, and talks about giants, about the Nephilims, how they really existed, and how we worked together with them for quite some time, and so on and so forth. About abortion. What's the spiritual perspective on abortion? What's the spiritual perspective on diseases? Fibromyalgia, headaches, chronic migraines, autoimmune disease, all kind of things. And these are pretty long posts, and I've been thinking of, I have so many channeled posts, of putting them together and creating a book. Just collecting them. That's all I got to do is collect them, because I have so many, and each post is about 2 to 3 pages long. So they're really extensive channeled answers. Nikola Tesla comes by a lot, which is really interesting. Sophie, I need a card for Sophie. Ooh, there it is. Need a card for Sophie. Look in a book, Sophie. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Sophie. What I'm feeling for you, Sophie C, is it's almost like you've started this journey of discovery just recently. I feel like it's not been like 20 years. It just feels to me like just recently you've really just started to really delve into understanding the world around you and understanding the universe, understanding yourself. I feel like you're on this search for answers that could, help you or explain things to you that you're going through. But it's like although it says look in a book, I almost feel like don't get overwhelmed by too much information. Um, they're kind of saying, take it slow because if you, how would I say, it? If you connect to too many different perspectives, you might get confused, you know? Sometimes we're very interested in a certain subject and then we'll listen to many different people and then you know it all kind of is similar but you know there's different approaches and different perspectives and then those different perspectives and different approaches can really kind of create confusion. But the thing is what they're trying to say is a spiritual journey is a personal journey, and it's about learning how to follow your intuition, learning how to follow what you feel, not what you think. And so, yes, allow yourself to immerse yourself into certain topics, but don't try to learn everything all at once. Okay, don't try to learn everything all at once. Take it slow. Okay, one concept at a time. And once you delve into information about a concept, sit with it. How does that make you feel? What does your gut tell you about that topic? Does it resonate what other people are saying? Does that feel right to you? Or are you kind of going, in that? I don't know. That doesn't feel right. Sit with the topic and really learn to trust what you feel. Okay. And then once you've kind of gotten clarity on one topic, then you move to a next topic. Okay. But don't try to in one day learn about this and that and this and that and this and that and then try to it's just too much too quickly, and you're not allowing yourself time to tap into your own inner knowings. Okay. We all have knowings without us knowing that we know. Okay. And when we read a book, for example, about a certain topic, you can just read it and feel like, oh my God, I know this, but it's like I forgot. But now that I read it, it's like I know this. Like this is not something new. Somehow I know that. That's spiritual development. Is it's not simply memorizing theories. Um, Spiritual expansion is not intellectual, it is emotional. And we can only you can learn and know as much as you want, but until you feel it, there is no spiritual expansion. Okay, you really have to go inward to go and kind of check what you've just read. Does that feel right to me? Is that what my intuition says? And so on and so forth. And once we can verify everything with our own feelings, with our own knowings, then we can move forward and grow and expand. I don't know if that makes any sense of what I'm saying, but that's what I'm getting for you. So, yes, you're doing great, you're exploring, but don't overwhelm yourself with too much knowledge. One thing at a time and see how you feel about it. Okay, go into your intuition. Bonsoir, Patricia. All right. Let's see. Who else? Haley. Haley. All right. Let's get a card for Haley. Haley. Which one? This one. All right. Hoopa. That went quick. You got two, Haley. There you go. One says, surrounded by prosperity. Your attention is being drawn to the infinite nature of reality. That which exists outside the known is beyond measure. And setting up parameters. Access your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. Haley, it is about relationships. I'm being drawn to what the relationship is of this turtle with all these fish around them. How they connect to each other, how they see each other, how they can support each other or really break each other down. And I feel like a lot of times you feel very much alone in your environment, like you don't have the support that you wish you had. But I also feel like people don't really get you. Okay, people don't really get you. I feel like you're welcome, Sophie. I hope that resonated. I feel like Haley, you're trying so hard to fit in and for people to like you, but the problem is you're different. I feel like you're a very creative soul, and so creative souls usually vibrate at a much higher frequency. I don't feel like you're allowing your creativity to blossom, though. That might be another issue, but you're not allowing yourself to be who you are because you're afraid of rejection. You want to be liked, you want to be loved, you want to fit in. And the problem is you'll never fit in because you're different, you're unique, you're creative, you're operating from a different frequency than the people that surround you. And I feel like this might be family or friends, but you I feel like you lower your frequency just to fit in, but when you do that, you yourself don't feel good about you. So the time has come to really kind of reevaluate your relationships and to determine for yourself, who feeds you with energy and who sucks the living daylights out of you. That's the way I want to say it. But it's like you also have to honor yourself more. You really have to embrace your individuality, embrace your uniqueness. Don't try to be like everybody else, because if you do, you'll always be miserable. Allow your freakness to come out. Allow your you-ness, your authentic self to shine upon this world. And whoever um, doesn't resonate with you can piss off, if you want to look at it that way. um, it might sound cruel, but it's just how it is. We shouldn't feel like we have to change ourselves in order for other people to like us or love us even. That should never be a no-no. You have to love yourself first, and then whoever will resonate with that love frequency will be sent to you or will be attracted to you and reflect that love that you feel for yourself back to you. That's the reality. Okay. But yeah, it's really time to re-examine yourself and how you choose to be within relationships. You know, you should never be anybody but yourself. That's what I'm getting here. Be yourself. Hi, Jeanette. Let us fly or freak flag high. Right, Donald. Be crazy. Be cuckoo like me. I never grew up. I always feel like I'm still a kid and I'm like, "Ah." I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway. That's how I live my life. I have no idea. Jackie Messenger. Jackie. I hope that helps, Haley. You're struggling financially. Okay. Bonjour, Marie-Hélène. Bisous. Bisous, bisous. Bisous de Bretagne. All right. Jackie Messenger. And if I haven't picked your name yet, don't worry. I go up and down in the comment section. Boink! Did you see that one fly? It just went whee. Happiness is my birthright. Happiness is my birthright. All right. Jackie, what am I getting for you? Jackie, for some reason, I feel like as a child, you've been programmed to always expect the worst. You've been programmed to always prepare yourself for bad days. I feel like your mind has been programmed to such a degree that it is always ready to receive uh, bad things, uncomfortable things. Although your conscious mind is like, I don't want that. Your unconscious mind has been programmed to just expect negativity to happen in some way or form. And they're kind of saying, it's really up to you to decide um, what to expect. Okay. You need to let go of whatever was taught to you, whatever was imprinted into you. You need to clean the slate. You need to erase every belief and start over and create your own beliefs. And the truth is, we don't come here to suffer. We choose to suffer, even though consciously we think we don't. Unconsciously, through the energy we send out, the fear we constantly reside in, the fearful thoughts and the fearful ideas that we have, and the incorrect beliefs we constantly rely on, we unconsciously create our own suffering because of the energies we're sending out is always based on the lower frequency. But when we change that programming and we really just go fully into the understanding that I didn't come here to suffer. I came here for the joy of physicality. I came here to have experiences and adventures. I came here to experience happiness in many different shapes and forms. When you start to own the idea that, you do not need to suffer in order to reach some kind of happiness. You do not need to um, work your ass off and work until you're crippled in order to get a promotion. When you let go of all of those incorrect belief systems and simply just know that, just by being here, being me, and doing what I love and following what my highest excitement is, I am acceptant and open to receive abundance in every way or form. So when it comes to the challenges financially, examine what your parents' relationship was with money. In some way or form, I feel like their bad relationship with money in some way, form was passed on to you, and therefore your relationship with money, or how you see it and how you see abundance, is also altered or distorted. Okay, so rewrite, reprogram your brain, let go of the old beliefs that suffering is an inevitable thing on this planet. There are people who don't suffer, not one day in their life. It all depends on what you believe to be true, what you believe is your birthright, and change your relationship with money. Because if you're always worried about money, and if you're always uh, experiencing that you don't have enough, or you don't have this, or you don't have that, then you're going to continue to create more of that. Okay, so change. For some reason, I kept being drawn to these planets, and it's almost like these are almost the same planets, but a little bit of difference. This is more yellow than red, and this is more red than yellow. If one doesn't work, if one belief system doesn't work, oh, you can't see it. If one belief system doesn't work, then switch it, mirror it. You mirror it, you kind of flip it on the other side. Change your belief system. Work on releasing those programs that were passed on to you and they really don't belong to you. Jackie says, that would be my mother. She is terrible with money. I believe I should win the lottery and live better. Believe whatever you need to believe, but just look, I grew up in extreme poverty as well, okay? It was always a challenge. So my entire young adulthood, I had a really, really bad relationship with money because I was always afraid I was going to be like my parents, not have enough, always struggle to pay the bills, struggle to buy anything, shoes, clothes, food. We sometimes even had trouble to buy food. Um, so I had a really bad relationship with money. And the more I worried and the more I looked at my account and thought, oh my God, no, we can't survive off of this. This is not going to happen. The worse it got. And then eventually I gave up. And I said, you know what, universe, if you want me to have a life here, if you want me to have certain experiences here, you're responsible. Okay. I gave the responsibility to them. You worry about it. Okay. I'll look in my account once a month, pay the bills, and the rest is up to you. You guys figure it out. I'm tired of worrying about it. Um, and the moment I surrendered that, the moment I let go of that bad relationship with money, is the moment that I noticed that every month I had a little bit left over. And I was like, how is that possible? It's not possible. But I was like, you know what? I don't want to know. It's there. Great. And ever since then, my relationship with money changed, and I really don't care about money. I don't need a lot of money. I don't need to be rich. I don't need a lot of materialistic things. I don't need. I just need to have, to just be okay for everything to be paid that needs to be paid, and that's it. I don't need to go on expensive trips and have expensive clothes and all of that stuff. I completely changed my relationship with money, and so now we always do okay. And people ask me all the time, you have such a low income. How do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know. I just tell the universe, you guys are responsible. You want me to be here and help people. And, because, we have two handicapped children who are always home. They don't go to school. So we're full-time caregivers, me and Gerald. So, our income is low because we can't work all day long. But we're always okay. And we always end up saving money at the end of the month. And we put that in a little savings account, and then we use that towards this house. But we're not worried about it anymore. Gerald was the same way. And we decided at one point, the universe can figure it out. We're tired of figuring it out. The universe will provide. And so every day we say that the universe will provide and money comes easy to us. Form, we always get a little bonus here, or oh, you overpaid, here's a little bit back, or we get these little gifts from time to time, and we just know that that's the universe taking care of us and giving us enough to be comfortable and to not have to worry anymore. So really change that, because People sometimes make fun of that, but when we start to surrender things and we start to change the narrative in our head, we see it really changing in our reality as well. Okay. And it's not that we work more, actually, we work less because our children, when we came to France, couldn't go to schools here. They've been on a waiting list for 2 years and they still haven't gotten a spot. So we started working less and less, yet every month we still have leftovers, which is almost impossible to do. But in some way or form, the universe takes care of that. So, you really let go of the fear, let go of the illusion of lack. There is no lack in this world. It's only an idea. And when that idea infuses you, it becomes your reality. That's the reality. Your reality is whatever it is that you believe in to be true. Um, we live in a virtual reality. It's simply an expression of our conscious mind. So we need to change that, change the narratives, change the story in our heads, let go of what we think we need in order to be happy, and simply just be happy with what you already have. And then you're going to see the world change around you. Your reality changes, your perspectives change, but also your experiences will become much more positive when we let go of the need. I need this to be happy. I need that relationship. I need that car. I need, um, materialistic comfort. I need pretty things. I need to be smarter. I need this. I need to be prettier. All of those needs are a fear of something not being perfect. You're perfect. Your creation is perfect. Even if you experience ups and downs, your soul is having a blast up there, right? Your soul is saying, expansion, score. All right. So a bad day for the ego is a good day for the soul. Always remember that. Okay. But also remember to be fearless in life. When you're fearless, you will have a very cool adventure. You know, I've seen and lived everywhere around the world. I know people all around the world. I've done the craziest things. I married a man I never met. 17 years later, still going strong. You know, there's so many things that I did that other people are like, oh my God, you're nuts. You're crazy. Yeah, well, I'm going to do it anyway because my soul tells me I need to do it. Whether it works out or not important. What is important is right now I feel like I need to do this. So I'm going to go for it. No matter where it leads to. You don't try and always look at the end destination of something. I don't have an end destination. I have intentions. I send them out and I see what the universe brings. That's it. But when we're always focused on an end destination and we always see it so far in the future, it's over there. Once I reach that, then I'll be happy. um, Guess what? You're never going to be happy, and it's always going to be in the future. You're never going to accomplish your goal. Okay. What I do is I've learned this. Okay. I used to be very, troubled as a young girl because of all the things I went through. But I've learned through mindfulness training, to just simply what you do today affects your tomorrow. That's also my kind of slogan, my mantra I live by. So if you really want to go into, I want a job that makes me happy, already get excited today, even if you don't know what that job's going to look like yet. Just get excited that it's on its way. It's already being made. I just need to align with it. Get excited about it, and just have more fun. Don't take life so seriously. This is not reality. Okay, this does not define you. When you go back to heaven, you will know that you will remember that this is just a play. This is a movie, and you put on a suit, a costume, and you played a role just to have certain experiences, but that role isn't really you. It's just a role. It's a character that you chose to play with its ups and downs, its flaws and its positive qualities, but all of it is positive. Even your flaws are perfect because you chose to be born at an exact day, at an exact hour, in an exact location when the energies are in that point and the star systems are there to give you certain qualities. you wanted to be impatient and you wanted to be, struggling with this or struggling with that, right? But at the same time, you knew that all of that would give you an experience to transcend the struggles, to transcend and understand the self, how powerful you really are, how loving you really are, how compassionate you really are. Everything that's being thrown at us is simply um, a reflection of who you're not or who you are. Okay. You get to choose. Is this the person I am? Is this the person I want to be? Or is this not the person I want to be? It's simply experiences, but this doesn't define you. I always keep in mind that this is only a temporary play. Where I'm just playing a movie and I'm playing a character, and as I'm playing a character, I am helping other souls with their experiences, just like you guys are helping me with this experience. It's just an exchange of energy and opportunity to expand and experience something you intellectually know, but can't experience in the higher realms because there is no lower frequency there. There's no negativity. And if you can't experience the opposite of what you know you are, then how do you really know you are that which you know you are? You first have to experience the opposite of that so it can show you that that's not what I am. That's not who I want to be. That's not. So, therefore, you have a better understanding of who you are by experiencing the things that are not comfortable and that are not resonant with you. So, we're not here to get stuck in the negativity. We're not here to get stuck in the same story playing out over and over and over again. We simply choose to do that because we're not aware that we're the creator, that this is just a projection of our conscious mind, that we're co creating, yes, but at the same time, how we choose to experience that co creation is up to us. You see what I'm saying? So that is something that I think everybody is being challenged and asked to embrace at this time. In order for us to move into a fifth dimensional plane, we truly have to also accept our true powers and use it wisely, take responsibility for our own creations, for what we attract, for what we collectively create. Even if we're personally not creating a war, we are in some way or form, you know, not everyone, but the majority right now on earth is still feeding the fear factor, is feeding the narrative. If the soldiers would just say, you know what, we're no longer participating, there would be no war. Okay. We're co-creating this because we're afraid that, oh, but I'm a soldier, that's my job, so I have to do this. Um, those are all things. There's not one person here on this planet who wants war except for the ones who are creating it to keep us, controlled and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But in some way or form, consciously or unconsciously, our energies, our fears are feeding all of those things. That's what we need to realize. And that's where we need to take responsibility is we co-create, and we do that by the vibrations we choose to be in, the frequency we choose to reside in. And you have to choose, do we go for faith and love and fearlessness, or do we go for fear and oppression and disempowerment? Because when we're in a fear factor all the way, you're always disempowered, you lose every power. When we become fearless and we just have faith that, what, this is my creation, I get to do it, I am God here. Okay, which you are God here. God designed us in such a way that we can become God of our own creation, yet we don't use it. We don't use it wisely. Okay, we're given a lot of responsibility, yet we just allow other people to tell us who we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to feel about things. um, and we're completely given away our power to a collective, um, societal brainwashing group. You want to look at it that way, right? So liberate yourself, become as independent as possible. you know that's what I do. I grow my own food, I grow my own vegetables, I wherever I can. Doesn't matter how small your house is. I used to have a tiny little house, and I used to grow food in pots in my house. I used to have a tomato plant in my house, for example, and put it by a window. Um, Become emotionally, psychologically, intellectually, and energetically independent from the system around you, because the system um, is using you for their own benefit, and you're allowing that to happen because you're going with their story. you know I cleared a story a long time ago. I wiped everything that I was ever taught. I wiped it out. Everything that school ever indoctrinated me, you need to work hard to get somewhere, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't need a fancy diploma that says I can do something. I just have a high school diploma. I did go to a university, but I couldn't, with my dyslexia, I just really had a hard time. So I was like, you know what? I'll make my life my own way. And I've had more adventures than all of those people who graduated with a big high school diploma and are doing the same job over and over and over again, and have been doing it for 30, 40 years. Now, if you really love it, that's great. But if you hate your job and you're still doing it after 30 years, there's a problem. Okay. I never allowed myself to get tied down. And I tried so many different jobs, but I've learned from every single one of them. And I met so many people along the journey. So, failure is just not something that exists. All you're doing is creating, choosing to have experiences, and all of those experiences are creating, expansion for your soul. And so, the indoctrination in school is you have to study for one thing, do it for the rest of your life, and then when you're lucky, you get to retire and enjoy 10 more years of peace, which for a lot of people is not even the case. And even then, we have to pay taxes on all our on that little bit of pension that we get. So I've chosen to create a life where there are no rules and there are no regulations to follow. Um, I've done jobs and I've quit jobs very quickly. Um, but every job learned something about me, what I liked, what I didn't like, how I like to be treated, because I've had good bosses, bad bosses. And it all eventually led to me becoming my own boss and just, creating my own journey and creating my own life to uh, what my heart tells me. So there you go. It's your creation. you know take responsibility for it. Understand that you can change anything you don't like, but you have to put in the work. You have to release, heal, rebalance. It takes self-discipline to unprogram yourself, uh, but to also heal yourself, to re-energize yourself. Takes for some people, it'll take meditation on a daily basis, and even if you don't like it or you think it doesn't work, keep trying. It's about persistence. It's about determination. It took me a lot of work, mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually, to get, at the age of 35, to get to, I mean, I'm 42 now, but my my freedom started around the age of 35. And for some people that might be young, but what I went through from the age of 8 to the age of 35 is what most people go through in like 10 lives. I had it all in one. um, so my childhood was extremely intense for me emotionally. Although I had really loving parents, there were so many problems, um, and suicide thoughts, and just a complete disconnection from myself at some point. I came in connected to spirit, connected to all kinds of things, and then you get raped by your grandfather and your world collapses, and you become terrified from everyone. I was terrified of people. I got panic attacks when the phone rang. I couldn't leave the house. I didn't do parties like other people. Um, I was completely locked up because of such extreme fear that I got from being hurt and getting hurt. And still today, sometimes something comes up and I go, oh, that must have been from that. For a very long time, I believed that I needed to suffer before I got something positive. And that's something that I got to the realization. I didn't make the connection until a little bit ago, where I got to the realization that my grandfather groomed me that way. So if I wanted something to play with, like he had this old typewriter, just to give you an example. He had this old typewriter and I loved it. Had these big buttons, doing, 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 big metal, old fashioned typewriter. And I loved that. And he would say, well, you can play with it, but first you have to do this for me. And that's when he would abuse me. And in some way or form, that got programmed in my head that if you want something good, you want something, something nice, you want to get a reward, you have to go through the suffering first. You have to go through the pain. It took me years to figure that out, that almost designed my entire young adulthood, right? That I expected always bad things to happen before it got better. And when I look at my journey, that's how it was. It was always bad, 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 and then a little bit of good. Bad, 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 and a little bit of good. And I didn't see that connection until many years later. And so that's what I'm saying. Sometimes we really, you have to do self reflection and self observation. Why do I respond in such a way? Why does my life follow this pattern? Everybody has a certain pattern. Why? Why did my life follow that pattern of shit, 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 and then a little bit of good? Shit, 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 and a little bit of good. It didn't click until many, many years later that that's where that came from. He programmed that into me as a young child, that if I wanted a reward, you're going to have to suffer first. First is suffering, then a little bit of a reward. Once I realized that, I was like, you know what? I don't need to suffer to get something good. I deserve all the good in the world. And then, slowly but surely, it took some time to really kind of release that energy. But first comes the realization, the understanding of where your program comes from. Then comes the healing part, letting go of the energy, releasing it, seeing it for what it is, that it is not a correct belief system. And then comes the turnaround. Then you start seeing your life going into a different cycle. Then comes the result. So it takes a lot of work and self-discipline, but eventually you have the power to change your entire reality by changing the imprinted stories. There's millions of stories in your head that were imprinted by family, friends, school systems, society, whatever, relationships. It's all an imprint, but it can all be changed. This is like a computer, and it creates an automatic response, but you can change the automatic response by changing the app, replacing the app with a better one. That's what it comes down to. Okay, but like I said, it doesn't come overnight. It takes a lot of hard work to figure it out and to change it. But once you understand that you have that power to do it, then it becomes easier and easier and easier to change all of the little things that you're like, you know what? I don't want that anymore. I don't want to have crappy relationships anymore. Where does that come from? Who hurt me in the past or what happened in the past? Is it my parents' relationships? That's what I expect because their relationship was bad, or what was it? Was it the relationship with my father, with my mother, with my brother, with whoever, with a friend? What happened that I'm constantly going from bad relationship to bad relationship, bad relationship? There's a pattern and there's a cause. There's always an origin, a seed, where it all started, and we have to go back to that seed and see it for what it is, and then we pick it and we get rid of it, right? But that's really how it is. Okay? So, you know, yeah, but I'm okay, I'm okay. I did, you know, a lot of things happened for a reason as well. All of that emotionality that I went through, all of these massive ups and downs have made me into the sensitive person that I am now. Now I can identify every almost every emotion and every little tweak of an emotion because I've went through it. So I truly believe that although all of those challenges were placed upon my journey, for I believe they're placed there for a reason. I chose those challenges, um, so I could become the person, the healer that I was meant to be. You look at a lot of mediums, a lot of spiritual people go through really tough childhoods, and there's a reason for it. Okay, because we need to learn what every frequency, every emotion, frequency wise, feels like. We need to be able to recognize it on an instant, because when spirit communicates to us, it's with frequency. So we need to know what every feeling feels like on an energetic level. But we can't do that here on earth until we've experienced it on earth, right? Because on earth, everything has its unique frequency that's tapped into Mother Earth. So every feeling, every emotion, every experience, everything has a certain frequency. So I believe that I had to go through massive amounts of emotional suffering in order for me to now be able to communicate to spirit even more clearly than I did before, because now I understand what everything feels like. I don't know if that makes any sense, but either way, we are good and we are acceptant and we are loving and we are happy to help. I'm going to let you guys go. 2 hours of talking. Maybe I should do a group card for you guys. One more card for on the road. All right. Because after 2 hours of channeling, I'm getting a little bit tired. But don't worry, I will do this again for everyone next month. If you want a better chance of getting your card, like I said, I do these weekly on my Patreon account live, where the groups are a lot smaller. So feel free to go sign up for that. And that way you support us as well. It's €3 per month. So the price of a cup of coffee here in Europe. I did one for you, April. Yep. But you'll have to go back to the recording, sweetheart. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm just asking for a group card from Spirit. Opa. Where you need to be is the card for everyone. Acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. Well, I think this card is just um, repeating what we were saying during like the 2 hours healing, the 2 hour challenge we've had now. It all comes down to the same thing. We need to have faith, surrender to what is, have faith that everything will resolve itself, that there's a solution to every problem, and just acknowledge how you're feeling. Really become aware of your emotions, become aware of how you choose to feel about things. Do I go into panic or do I go into faith? Do I go into fear or do I go into surrendering and accepting? Um, do I go into negativity or do I choose to remain positive? You have the choice to liberate yourself from the suffering. All you need to do is go inwards and start working from here on out. Okay. How to join your Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/Emanuelle McIntosh, and then you can subscribe. You need a PayPal account, though, I think. Um, but know that you can subscribe and unsubscribe at any moment. And you will always have access to all of the posts, which are about, I think over 150 something. I don't. There's a lot. And every week there's new channel posts. So go check that out. I was kind of panicking because I have a civil service exam coming up at the end of this month, but this is easing my worries. You're going to be fine is what I'm getting. It's going to be A-okay. Just see yourself succeeding. See yourself being congratulated for your excellent work. Many mediums seem to have a history of experiencing big challenges and traumatic life events. Yep, it does. It's, every medium I ever talked to is going through, a lot of them have gone through rape, abuse, some severe trauma. And it seems to be something that helps us to become the healers and the guides that we're meant to be. Sorry. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for a great 2 hours. All right. I know you guys miss me on YouTube, but know that I am channeling constantly on Patreon. Okay. So go check that out. And just know that I love you. Know that the universe loves you. Know that you're in control of your creation. So start playing God, people. Start playing God. God loves it. God wants you to create. So go and create. All right. Don't get distracted. Don't fall for old beliefs, but simply erase everything you think you know and start over with your own beliefs. That's how we make our own reality. And that's how we collectively will heal our planet and humanity. All right. Good night. Sleep tight. Mwah. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. Know that you guys are helping us out very much. And I am very grateful. Good night.